everybody, and today we are analysing Peterbot's gameplay and seeing what we can learn from it and exposing the secrets. So, first of all, dropping down here. Now, he's got a very good drop. Now, Peterbot and his entire trio with Ritual and Cold tend to land near where the very top of Daigo's domain stands, where there's a guaranteed rare chest spawn which they can get to get the best loot, so that they can win every fight off spawn. Also, this has not went well technically in the Eval Cup and in tournaments and pro scrims and finals when they have been playing Ployos Trio with Polyo, Acorn and Agers, where they have usually lost. However, they did make earnings in the Eval Cup, and this is the match where they did. So this is pretty much how they are, but they drop in. I can't really find anyone else dropping in, but they do really well here, and they all are very close to each other. And there you go, there's the rare chest. Peterbot gets it, and this actually isn't the one. My apologies, with the other one. Peterbot just gets the epic Spire AR and then starts shooting Daigo, and then they do this and just kill him. So I'll have a quick speed lapse real quick. Then they simply just take the loot, and then that's them for the early game. They're in the mid game here. They're in a very difficult situation, not in the best. They're not on a hill, they're low ground, with almost every team being able to look over them, including Clix's team with Yomzo and Higgs. Now, Peterbot here, who we are studying, his trio is 751, but they're above the damage threshold or Storm Surge. Now, if you notice his loadout here, he has the Mythic Spire, and then he has a Green Sentinel, along with a Chug Chug for health and shield. And he also has the Base Boost Gauntlets for rotation, and of course the Tracking Visor, which is very important. Now you see him get a kill here because he's constantly looking. He knows that he can block them off and then get the kill there, and there you go, there's a 1000 surge. Gone down a bit more now, but what he does is that he keeps pressuring his opponents, and his entire trio does this. As we can see here, they're pressuring an entire trio as well, and they don't just needlessly go in, they're calculated. They don't go and do it badly. They don't take damage which they don't need. They go getting easy shots in there, which helps towards surge if needed. But there's very little surge in this game by the looks of things. But then over here they do rotate, and they go and they're able to get a kill. He's looking to just go and destroy any build he can get, and then get tags on them, and then possibly kill them. Now, he would be able to destroy most of this trio anyway in the grand scheme of things, but this time he doesn't, and he just rotates up the hill, and now they're in a better situation. Now notice how his teammate there drops the medallion for him. Now Daigo's medallion heals you, and this is important because they will constantly be dropping this medallion and giving it to each other to keep those heals up, which is very fortunate and requires good chemistry in the team and being close and compact with each other. But Peterbot doesn't waste many mats, this entire trio doesn't, with getting a good protection layer going, and they're looking to go and get kills. They use the base boost to destroy some builds and then pressure in. Then also Peterbot gets sent back, and then he uses the base boost to actually just rotate back in, and his trio has killed someone and their reboot card is there, but they're not going to get that because it doesn't really matter. Now Peterbot uses the base boost again to rotate near his own, and then notice what he does here is that he doesn't use too many mats, just what he needs, and then builds another tarp out of wood, so it's not the most sustainable, but then Cold patches it a bit with some brick, and then so does Ritual, and then Peterbot rotates out again and builds more, this time in brick, after switching after a second from wood, and now replays a wagon. But here we go, and there's Peterbot looking to get more tags of the rest of the trio. Medallion being picked up again for heals, and they are doing very successful here, and they are looking very good. They are 2000 damage above the surge threshold, and they are looking very good to win the game, which they will do. And then they rotate again, they get some metal boxes up, and then they form this tree, or Peterbot forms a tree. Medallion was dropped and picked up again, and it's very important that they keep doing this, because then they don't need to carry as many heals and are in a very fortunate position. Then it makes it so that they can't actually keep to drop and pick up the medallion. That helps them to not lose as much HP and shield. They're in the next game. This isn't actually the next game, this is a game before that, which I've chosen to analyse as well. Peterbot goes and takes this fight, and I'm not sure if he knew that there was another player behind him, but look at that, he's getting spammed by 2 players and he's still able to get away and get some damage on to Cheating. And then he sees this guy, and this guy looks much more vulnerable. He has the health advantage, he knows that, and then he goes and gets Flixie and kills him, and then gets all of his loot. And this is very good for him, because he's able to leave the situation quite quickly and then get everything that he needs, and his trio can trust him to do this, and he doesn't need help from anyone else. Now this requires very good team chemistry, and Peterbot also, having Core's medallion, is able to use the base boost even more effectively. Now again, he's running the same loader as the last game, which we analysed, apart from the Sentinel being upgraded to a purple one, which he was able to find. And apart from that, everything was going very well for him here, and there was not too much in the way of flaws. Now here he doesn't actually, now we know that there wasn't anyone there because of the name tags, but he didn't, and that's very good. He checks whether this player's there or not. Now here's something that a lot of newer players wouldn't be able to get too much, but that will come up later. Here Peterbot's trio is looking to get kills, and they are doing very well. They end up going and getting this guy just north of Shifted Shafts, but then they will eventually rotate to Lavish Glare, which has received a significant nerf since, well, it's not Season 2 anymore. But Peterbot gets tagged, but then chooses to try to get rid of this player out the sky, doesn't, and then he ends up dying. I think Peterbot actually got that kill, I'm not entirely too sure, but then he goes and he's able to get all the loot there and the medallion. Now this is what I was talking about. So obviously main concept of Fortnite, don't get pushed by the storm, don't take damage. Now this is something Peterbot can do though, because, well, he's Peterbot. So there's a trio fighting, and then Cold comes in and helps them, pushes them, and they get pinched basically, which requires very good chemistry. Now Peterbot's going for this guy, and this guy then gets closer to his trio, and then Peterbot's still pressuring. Peterbot then proceeds to get base boosted away, then uses base boost to come back in, sees an opening here, and he takes out this guy with a clean clip, and then gets the other guy out very easily with a flick. Now here, Peterbot's rotating around the very close to zone and trying to pick up as many eliminations as possible. These people are in the low priority area of the zone, which means that they are furthest away from the next circle, and that is not very good for them. Peterbot can push them. Now this guy is back into a corner, quite literally pretty much, and he's trying to run away. Now Peterbot does take damage here, but he doesn't rush immediately, and he looks to get a kill. He then manages to get the edit, then get the cone, and then kill the guy, and very effectively kills him. And this is something we can all do: not rush into someone's box, and instead be calculated before approach. Then after that, Peterbot then is looking. Now Blake's trio is above them. Now they are in the shrine, and base boost over OG. Blake doesn't get pin time, and then gets taken out by Peterbot, and the rest of them, dear knows, they're still above them actually, and they are getting pressured from below. Managed to escape, and Peterbot is in a very good situation. Now he base boosts Cold and Ritual, and then they all get into a top just after Peterbot pressures their team again, and it very effectively does this. And now they are in a situation which is perfect for them to the extent. Now they are 4,000 above the Storm Surge, which I don't think I've seen before. And Peterbot gets another guy out the sky because they totally need more surge, totally. But that gets rid of the surge, And now what ends up happening is that Peterbot's looking to clip someone quite clearly, and he just waits a few marks, but we don't need to exactly know this too much. Peterbot then uses the base boost again to destroy the build. Now, to be honest, the base boost should probably be vaulted, because even after the patch this is still quite bad. And he gets another kill. Now there's other players looking to take down Peterbot's height advantage, which does not go very well, and his entire trio gets back up onto height. And because of the tracking visor, Peterbot knows where everybody is, so he's looking to pressure where he can, and he's unable to get some pressure, but he does manage to get some tags on height though after a bit of trying, and he is able to maintain height obviously. Now there are many players obviously on the low ground, and this provides a very good opportunity for Peterbot to use the base boost, which he doesn't do just yet, obviously not to waste them. He's being very cool and calm, calculated approach, uses the base boost instead to get back onto the high ground, and then he drops down for this kill, but he's unprotected, and then he gets absolutely destroyed. So that's it for today's video. Now I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you learned something new. I know I did, and we can go over this and use these tips to go and improve our game. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.